All right, hello and welcome to the Operation Smooth podcast. Sorry about some of the issues that I've been having here. It gets a little crazy when you're doing live when you're doing a live podcast. So just a second here. The Manchester City United Arsenal game is about to start here in a couple of minutes. Arsenal sitting atop of the Barclays Premier League table and looking to extend their lead to 7 points. Arsenal have played one game less, which is the game that they're about to have here. Manchester City and Aston Villa had victories earlier today. So let me get these technical issues taken care of here. No, that's not what I asked for. And we will have kickoff here in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to try to pull up the starting lineups. And I'm going to try to pull up the standings here before we get started. My computer did a little bit of a crash out. So hopefully I can get this hopefully we can get this up and running here just a second. Uh, the things you have to deal with when you're doing a live stream, but I will get to the scores in just a second. But here's a look at here's a look at the Premier League standings right now. Arsenal leading, still a game in hand, and kickoff is underway. So let's get rocking and rolling here. Manchester United versus Arsenal, live from Emirates Stadium in London. About 30 seconds in. All right, here we go. Arsenal in the home red. There's Piero Hincapié, the starting left back. The starting lineup for Arsenal is as follows. For Manchester United, Lammon's the goalkeeper. The back four of Luke Shaw. Damn, this is going too fast for me. Mano and Casemiro. And then the Dorgu, and Bueno. Oh boy, this is I'm having a rough morning here. All right, there's a look at Michael Carrick, the interim manager. Trossard met by Dalot. Trossard. to Zubamendi, to Gabriel. Gabriel sends it back to Saliba. Saliba to Jurian Timber. Saka on the right side met by Luke Shaw. Back to Raya. Raya. Saliba. Arsenal in control of possession right now. Saliba. Back to Raya. Gabi. Gabriel. Oh, what a pass. That was a good tackle by Martinez, but that's a foul. That's offside by Gabriel Jesus. Two and a half minutes into this game. Luke Shaw. Back to Lamens. Wow, that's a lot of viewership there this morning. Like that. I'm trying to delete this. Okay, we'll just go with what it is here. All right, Gabriel. Trossard on the left. Arsenal in the home red attacking from right to left. Manchester United in the all black attacking from right to left. Arsenal from left to right. Live from the Emirates Stadium, home of the league leaders, Arsenal. That through pass was too long. Lamens picks it up and it'll be regrouping time for Manchester United. Let's see. There's a look at the manager, Mikel Arteta. A quick look at the standings. Arsenal sitting in first with 51 points. If this game were to end up in a draw, Arsenal would move five points in front of Manchester City and Aston Villa. And if this result holds, Manchester United would move up to fifth place in the Premier League standings, ahead of Liverpool on goal difference. However, if Arsenal were to win, they would go up 7 on Manchester City. If Manchester United were to win, that lead that Arsenal have over Manchester City would go down to 4 points. So that's what's at stake this afternoon at the Emirates. Live from London in England, there's Piero Hincapié, the left back. He's been a great pickup for Arsenal. Arsenal acquired him from Bayern Leverkusen. There's Declan Rice, arguably the best midfielder in the world right now. He's been sensational since Arsenal acquired him from West Ham United. There's Jurian Timber. There's the superstar for Arsenal, Saka, on the right wing, battling Luke Shaw. Great pass, but the pass was just a little bit too long. Great block by Casemiro to block off Jurian Timber, and that'll be a goal kick for Manchester United. Lamens, the goalkeeper for United, with the goal kick. I don't know anything about Lamens. and I'm not gonna act like I know anything about him. That pass by Saka was too long. Lisandro Martinez sends it back to Lamens. Lamens sends it. Nkapir picks it off. Declan Rice. Trossard. Met by Dallet. Declan Rice. First shot of the game blocked by Lisandro Martinez. That had a chance. Trossard with a recovery. Trossard dancing down the middle of the pitch. Picked off. Mendy's there. Declan Rice back to Mendy. Mendy acquired this past offseason from Real Sociedad, another revelation, another great pickup by Arsenal in their quest to win the Premier League for the first time since the 2003-2004 season, a season in which Arsenal went undefeated back in 03-04, a team known as the Invincibles. Unfortunately, Arsenal have not won the Premier League title since. Manchester United haven't won it since the last year of Alex Ferguson's reign in 2013. They have had some success, but trophy-wise, unfortunately, it's not been the case. They did lose their Europa League final last year to Tottenham Hotspur under Erik ten Hag, but Erik ten Hag has been let go. There's Bukayo Saka, barely keeps the ball in bounds. Tries a cross, that cross is blocked. That'll be a throw-in for Arsenal. Saliba. Saka met by Dorgu. Saka gets by Dorgu. And that will be a corner kick. Bounces off of Luke Shaw. And that'll be a corner for the Gunners. Excellent move by Bukayo Saka. So that will be that'll be a corner. For Arsenal. First one of the game. Cleared by United. Shot by Trossard. Not a good shot. And that'll be a goal kick for Man United. Kobe Mainu. Oh, nice tackle by Jorian Timber. Jesus. Saka on the right wing. Back to Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus has been out for over a year with a knee injury, but has been very good since his return. There's Trossard. Tries a cross, blocked by Diego Dalot, and that'll be another corner kick. That'll be another corner kick for Arsenal. That'll be their second so far. I believe Harry Maguire's in the lineup for Man United. He is. The corner to Saka. Saka left wide open. Shoot, that shot is blocked by Mbueno. No foul called. Looked like a foul by Saka on Mbueno. Nothing called. Saka on the wing. Martin Odegaard, the captain, that's blocked. And Man United on the counterattack. Nice block by Casemiro, but Arsenal regained possession. Trossard. That was a good strong tackle by Casemiro, but that's a foul near the center circle. All right, the starting lineup for Manchester United: Lamens as the goalkeeper. The back four: Luke Shaw, Leandro Martinez, Harry Maguire, and Diego Dalot. The two midfielders are Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro. They set up in a 4-2-3-1. The three wingers are going to be Dorgu, the captain Bruno Fernandes, and Ahmad. And the lone striker is going to be Mbueno. Arsenal lineup in their usual 4-3-3 with David Raya as the keeper, the back four, Piero Hincapié, Gabriel, William Saliba, and Jurriën Timber. The midfield, Declan Rice, Zubimendi, and Martin Odegaard, the captain. And the front three are Leandro Trossard, Gabriel Jesus, and of course, Arsenal's superstar, Bukayo Saka. Okay, a bit of a lull in the action. "13 minutes into the match. Martinez pushing forward. Heavy pressure by Odegaard. Dorgu met by Timber. Manchester United retreating now. Harry Maguire. Martinez. Back to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw to Casemiro. Casemiro dropping back in defense as Leandro Martinez presses forward. So United are kind of in a back three with Maguire, Casemiro, and Martinez. But Arsenal regain possession. Odegaard. Oh, nice pass to Declan Rice. Declan Rice. Saliba. Declan Rice's shot is blocked. Good defending by United. Dalot. Dorgu. Fouled by Jurriën Timber. Declan Rice probably should have given it to Trossard on the left. But unfortunately wasn't meant to be. And some good defending by Manchester United. Mikel Arteta knows that that's a missed opportunity for the Gunners. Lamens. Kobe Mainoo. Intercepted by Declan Rice. Bukayo Saka, who cuts into the middle of the pitch. Arsenal with a chance to counter. Oh, that's a clear foul. Nothing called. Zubimendi. Trossard. Hincapié was fouled there. But again, nothing called. Play continues. Saliba. To Jurriën Timber. Timber. Bukayo Saka. Odegaard. Gabriel. It looks like Arsenal is focusing their attack on the left side of Man United's defense so far. Saliba, Zubimendi. Zubimendi to Gabriel. Declan Rice playing on the left side of the midfield. Zubimendi back to Rice. Gabriel. Saliba. Arsenal right now 70% possession. But let's see if Arsenal can do anything with it at this time. Still yet to see a goal. Saka tackle by Dorgo. That's a foul, and that'll be a free kick for Arsenal. Again, thank you to everybody that's watching the Operation Smooth podcast. I haven't done a Premier League watch along in quite a bit, so it's good to be back. Thank you to everybody on X that's watching. That's a lot more viewership than I thought I was going to get. So thank you to everybody on X on this Sunday morning. I've already got over 1,000 views. Thank you very much. If you like what you're seeing on X, hit that follow button, and I'll return your follow. And if you're watching on YouTube as well, like, comment, subscribe. Declan Rice with the free kick. Oh, what a save. What a save by Lamens. Oh, Zubamendi had it. Good header. That'll be a corner kick, but that should have been 1-0 Arsenal. A fantastic save. Okay, Sen Lamens, that's the goalkeeper's name for Man United, 23 years old, out of Belgium. Looks like he might be United's keeper for the future. Corner cleared by United. Declan Rice gets there right before Ahmad can. So that'll be a throw in for Manchester United. As you look at Michael Carrick, a fantastic midfielder. Back in that 2008, 2009 timeframe for Manchester United. I believe he was on the double winning team of 2007, 2008, which won the Premier League and the Champions League. The prime Cristiano Ronaldo years, but Cristiano Ronaldo's been in his prime for almost 20 years, same as Lionel Messi. So there's Mbueno. That's picked up by Declan Rice to Hincapié. Trossard. Trossard almost gets dispossessed by Mbueno. Back to David Raya. David Raya hoofs the ball halfway down the pitch to Maguire, but Saka has it. Odegaard. Arsenal with the counter. Saka against Luke Shaw. Saka needing help. Saka cross blocked by Luke Shaw. And that'll be another corner for Arsenal. Arsenal, from a possession standpoint, have been dominant so far in this matchup. However, still no goal. Not yet. This will be the 5th corner for Arsenal so far. And Arsenal, they've been specialists at scoring from set pieces, particularly from corner kicks. So here's another one. Bukayo Saka, corner. Oh, Gabriel had a chance there, but shoots it well wide. And it will be a goal kick for Manchester United. Lemons to Kobe Manu. Kobe Manu has a lot of space. To Luke Shaw. To Manu. Manu pressure by Declan Rice. To Harry Maguire. Maguire pushing forward. Martinez. Ahmad. And that's a foul by Leandro Trossard. He doesn't agree with that call, but nevertheless, the ref's decision stands. Martinez pressured by Odegaard. Bruno Fernandes, who's on the left side, hugging the touchline. To Casemiro. Ahmed. Now United's turn to attack. Kobe Mainu. Dalot. Oh, he was going to cross it. Good pass. Casemiro. Martinez shoots. Blocked. Looked like it was Zubimendi that blocked it. Oh, good defending by William Saliba. Another good block by Saliba. Manchester United wanting a foul. Nothing called. Now Jesus. Picked up by Ahmed on the right touchline. And now Manchester United with the opportunity to strut their stuff. Bruno Fernandes back in the middle of the midfield. Casemiro. Martinez. Harry Maguire. Diego Dalot. No, excuse me, that's Ahmed. Back to Maguire. Dalot. Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes. That pass intended for Mbueno. Too far. David Raya. To Jurian Timber. Timber. To Saka. Timber. Pass was too long. And that's a foul by Jurian Timber on Casemiro. Arsenal again dominating possession so far in this first half. But the only real opportunity that they've had is that miss by Zubimendi, which really wasn't a miss, it was just a great save by Lemons. Lemons with the long kick. Mbueno met by Gabriel. Hincapié, good defending there. And Jesus dispossessing Casemiro. Trossard. Hugging the touchline. Thank you again for the viewership I've had on X. Over 1,200 viewers so far. Thank you. All right, Arsenal on the counter. Hincapié. Declan Rice. Declan Rice met by Casemiro. Trossard. The pass for Saka picked off by Luke Shaw. Dorgu. Bruno Fernandes back to Dorgu. Maguire. To Diego Dalot. Martinez. To Luke Shaw. Arsenal's front three really pushing forward, putting pressure on that defense. And Bueno loses possession there. A hard tackle on Trossard. Trossard still down. Looks like he's getting back up. Looks like he'll be okay. Looks like he'll walk it off. To Mbueno. Mbueno. Battling Gabriel. Casemiro in the middle of the pitch. Pushing forward for United. Bruno Fernandes, the captain. Dorgu. Dorgu double teamed. Retreating back to Martinez. Dorgu. And Arsenal forcing Man United to retreat to their own half of the pitch. And there's Lamens. Lamens going for the long pass. Fernandez. Oh, that pass was missed to Dorgu. There's Declan Rice. So Gabriel and now Arsenal. And now Arsenal with a chance to regroup. Zubamendi. Now Declan Rice moving to the right side of the midfield. Started off on the left. Zubamendi. Gabriel back to David Raya. William Saliba. Saliba pushing forward now. Martin Odegaard, the captain for Arsenal. Odegaard looked like he held the ball for too long there. Back to Gabriel. Zubamendi. Saliba. Declan Rice. Zubamendi. Gabriel. There's a chance for Arsenal. Dorgu. Saka in the penalty box. Saka. Oh, God. And it's 1-0 Arsenal. It looks like it went off of Leandro Martinez. And Arsenal lead 1-0. I don't know if that was off of Odegaard or if it's going to be an own goal. Really hard to tell. Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, looks like that's gonna be an own goal. Okay, they might give that goal to Julian Timber. Okay, Odegaard. Okay, shot by Bruno Fernandez. Goes out wide. Well wide. All right, 30 minutes into the first half. Luke Shaw fouls Bukayo Saka. So that will be an own goal by Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez, World Cup winner for Argentina. Now it looks like Arsenal's got some momentum. They're really pushing, try to kill this game off. Good pass to Timber, Odegaard, to Saka. Saka cutting inside as he always does. Hincapié. Oh, what a He just nutmegged Dallet. Trossard tries for the pass. It's intercepted. And that's a foul on Harry Maguire by Gabriel Jesus. Mikel Arteta not happy with that refereeing decision. All right, thank you to everybody on Twitter, on X, excuse me. That was a little technical difficulty I was having. All right, there's a goal kick. All right, Jesus. Odegaard. Gabriel Jesus, but that's a bad pass. Bruno Fernandes. Okay, that's a foul. Looks like that's a foul by Man United. All right, there's a look at the own goal. Sock off the double team. The shot by Odegaard, I don't know if he meant to pass it to Timber, but it hits the back of Martinez's foot. Uh-oh. Bruno Fernandes had a chance there. And they are calling that a goal kick. Bruno Fernandes had a chance off the pass by Manu. William Saliba took a nap there. But he does clear it in time. And just does enough to make that shot go wide. That should have been 1-1. Bruno Fernandes missed a perfect opportunity to tie the game. That opportunity might come back to catch United. Saliba pushing forward, well forward. Now Jurriën Timber tries to cross it. Diving tackle by Dorgu. Good work by Dorgu. Now, Saka, Zubamendi to Nkapie. Nkapie met by Ahmad. Ahmad gains possession, but he is double teamed to Harry Maguire. Alessandro. Bruno Fernandes, great pass to Casemiro. Casemiro to Diego Dalot. Diego Dalot with a cross that's blocked by Nkapie, and that'll be a corner for Manchester United. Manchester United has yet to have a shot on goal so far in this first half. So right now it's this match has pretty much been all Arsenal. I believe this is the first corner for Man United. And that's cleared. It looked like a little bit bumpy there for a moment, but that is cleared by Arsenal. Good work by David Raya, and it will be a throw-in for Man United. Man United trying to get some momentum here. 35 minutes into this first half. Trailing 1-0. Good defensive work, though, by Arsenal. Back to William Saliba. Again, everybody that's watching on X, if you like what you're watching, hit that follow button and follow the Operation Smooth podcast. Zulmedi, terrible. And Bueno. And it is tied 1-1. An awful mistake by Martin Subamendi, and Bueno takes advantage. And it is 1-1. Oh, what a terrible pass by Martin Zubamendi. To be honest, in all the games I've watched by Zubamendi, that's the only mistake he's made. Zubamendi, I don't know what he was thinking. A little bit of confusion between him and William Saliba, but that is all on Martin Zubamendi. Nice move by Mbueno to get around David Raya. And this Manchester United Arsenal game just got a whole lot spicier now. Thanks to that horrible mistake by Martin Zubamendi. That's Mbueno's 8th Premier League goal since joining Manchester United this season. And Mikel Arteta cannot be liking that, obviously. All right, as we restart the action. Raya with the long kick. Gabriel Jesus, what a nice move. Oh, look at the nice moves right there. Zubamendi. That shot was blocked. He was trying to score to make up for his mistake earlier. That'll be a throw in for Arsenal. Piero Hincapié with the throw in. We're about to hit the 40-minute mark of the first half. Trossard pretty much body slammed there by Diego Dalla. And that will be a free kick for Arsenal. Again, thank you to all the viewership on X. Appreciate it. So this will be a free kick for Arsenal. And Declan Rice will take the free kick from well outside the penalty area. There's 5 players in the penalty box for Arsenal. Hans Lammers. Gets the ball for Man United. Now United regroup. Luke Shaw. Lisandro heavily pressured by Odegaard. Lemons with the punt. Hincapié. Nice pass to Salibas. But Bruno Fernandes is there. Casemiro. Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw back to Mainoo. Heavy pressure by Arsenal. Lisandro to Casemiro. Casemiro to Ahmad, who's had a quiet first half. Met by Hincapié. The ball bounces off of Piero Hincapié, and that'll be a corner for Manchester United. I think this is either the second or third corner so far this half for Manchester United, who made a pretty good accounting of themselves so far. Can Man United take the lead here? Manchester City, believe it or not, they're rooting for Man United today. Cleared by Arsenal. Now a chance for a counterattack. Good pass. Gabriel Jesus. Trossard. Hincapié. That cross was a little bit too heavy. Casemiro. Clear foul by Martin Odegaard. Casemiro down, but only temporarily. Lemons. Saliba. Timber. Oh, that pass blocked, but there's Gabriel Jesus. Pass was too strong. Now United on the counter. But Dorgu to Casemiro. Maguire. Bruno Fernandes now on the right side of the midfield. Back to Ahmed. Diego Dalot pushing way forward from his right back position. Kobe Mainu. Lisandro Martinez. Luke Shaw. Lisandro Martinez gets by two Arsenal players. Now he's pushing forward. Lisandro continues to push forward. That's off of Dorgu. And that's a clear foul by Martinez on Saka. Causes Saka to lose his shoe. As we're nearing the end of the first half. Really, it's been just the own goal by Lisandro Martinez, which you can't really fault him for that. The ball going off the back of his foot, and then that unbelievable mistake by Martin Zubamendi. And we are tied at 1. And I'm sure Manchester City is rooting for Man United to win this game, to cut the gap to 4 points, as opposed to 5, which is the gap that stands right now between Manchester City, Aston Villa, and Arsenal. As we're near the end of the first half, Julian Timber with the throw-in. Zubamendi. Casemiro, but Trossard regains it for Arsenal, but good block by Dalot. Dalot now in possession. Ahmad retreating under the heavy pressure of Arsenal. And it goes all the way back to Lemons. It's going to be about 2 minutes of stoppage time. William Saliba. But now it's United. Bruno Fernandes. And Bueno tries to chip it over David Raya. He tried a spectacular move there. But it doesn't work. Okay, just a little over a minute left in the first half. First half, that's been, Arsenal's been better throughout the first 30 minutes, but in the last 15 minutes, things have kind of evened out, especially with that goal. Good clearance by Lisandro Martinez. Throw in for Arsenal. Oh, the referee saying that's... Okay, I thought the referee was saying that it was off of Arsenal. Okay, throw in by Hincapié to Gabriel Jesus. And that'll be a throw in for Man United. as we're near the end of the first half. Going to the final seconds of the first half. And the whistle blows. And the first half done. With the score, Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1, an own goal by Lisandro Martinez in the 29th minute, and then the goal by Mbueno in the 37th minute off of that big-time mistake by Martin Zubamendi. And right now, Manchester United still have a lifeline because of that mistake. Manchester United with every opportunity now to possibly win today's matchup. Again, here's a live look. Here's a live look at the Premier League standings as it sits right now. If this result holds, Arsenal, they're not going to lose the league lead, but that lead will go from 7, which was at the start of yesterday. If this result holds, it will stay at 5 points. As you can see, Man City and Aston Villa both tied at 46 points, both teams winning yesterday. Man City winning comfortably 2-0 over the bottom of the table Wolves team. And then Aston Villa, a very impressive win on the road this morning, a 2-0 win over Newcastle United. Chelsea sitting in 4th at 37 points. Manchester United right now sitting at 5th, tied with Liverpool with 36 points. Liverpool, a devastating loss yesterday to Bournemouth in the very last kick of the game, 3-2. Rounding out the top half of the table, you've got Fulham. Fulham with a nice comeback victory over Brighton yesterday. Then you've got Brentford in 8th. Newcastle, who lost today at Aston Villa, they had a chance to move up to possibly 7th or even 6th or even 5th with a win today against Aston Villa. That did not happen. So Newcastle sitting 9th. Sunderland in 10th, and now the bottom half of the table, Everton, Brighton, Bournemouth, Tottenham Hotspur sitting in 14th. Very embarrassing for them. They finished 17th last year under Ange Postecoglou, but they did win the Europa League. This year, it's not looking any better under Lawrence Frank. They did have a 2-2 draw to Burnley yesterday, who sit 19th in the league. So not a good result for Tottenham. Crystal Palace sitting at 15th. Leeds and Nottingham Forest are 16th and 17th, trying to stay out of the relegation zone. West Ham yesterday, they absolutely destroyed Sunderland 3-1. They're still way off. Still 5 points behind Nottingham and Leeds. But I believe they've won 3 games in a row. I believe the last 2 in the Premier League. So you never know. West Ham might be able to pull off a great escape. Burnley did get up. They've had 3 straight draws, but it doesn't look like Burnley will stay in the Premier League. And Wolves losing to Man City, no surprise there. Looks like Wolves they're pretty much at this point with 15 games left in the season. They are going to be the first team relegated back to the championship. Again, look at the top of the table. Arsenal, if this results hold, the lead will dwindle from 7 points in front of Man City and Aston Villa. That lead will dwindle to 5. Man City obviously rooting for a loss. by Arsenal. And if Arsenal were to lose to Man United today, the lead would dwindle down to 4 points. And so both Manchester City and Aston Villa right now definitely rooting for Manchester United. And heck, we never thought we'd see the day where Manchester City fans were rooting for Manchester United, but today is that day. Chelsea beating Crystal Palace 3-1. No surprise there. As they're showing the scoreboard. Again, getting back to this game, Arsenal have dominated possession for the most part. And Bueno has had a couple of good opportunities. That missed by Bruno Fernandes, that could have made it. It could have been 2-1. Man United right now. But it could have easily be 2-2 from that missed header by Martin Zubamendi. There's a look at the replay of that goal by Bueno. And obviously, Mikel Arteta. Obviously, he's not going to be too happy with Martin Zubamendi. Only one shot on goal for each team. So really not much in terms of shots on goal. Pretty much the majority of the shots have been blocked by both defenses in this first half. 4 corners by Arsenal, 2 by Man United. Again, Aston Villa, a very impressive 2-0 win over Newcastle. Nottingham Forest with the victory over Brentford, 2-0 as well. Aston Villa, in my opinion, they're still very much in the title race. Unai Emery, the former manager of Arsenal, has really brought life to Aston Villa. Now it will be a 2-horse race as it's been the last few years with Man City and Arsenal, with the exception of last year. The last season, Liverpool ran away with the league. Liverpool sitting in 6th now with 36 points. They're out of the race. So this year, instead of having a 2-horse race, which has been the norm the last 7-8 years between Man City and Arsenal, we got another horse in the race with Aston Villa. With that being said, they are the goal difference between at Man City and Aston Villa is massive. Plus 26 for Man City, plus 10 for Aston Villa. Aston Villa does not have that kind of firepower, but they've got a very good defense. Aston Villa had a very slow start to the season, but props to them. They did split the season series with Arsenal. They did beat Man City earlier this year at Villa Park. Aston Villa is so tough to beat. They do play Brentford next Sunday. They do kind of have a relatively easy schedule. If you look at it on paper, they do have, like I said, Brentford on February the 1st. They've got on the 11th, on February 7th, they do have Bournemouth, then Brighton, and then a rematch with Newcastle on Valentine's Day. Then they've got Leeds at home, and then February the 27th, they will go to Molineux to play Wolves. So there is a very good possibility that in the month of February, with the 6 games that I've aforementioned, at home to Brentford, at Bournemouth, at home to Brighton, at home to Newcastle, and at home to Leeds, and at Wolves, it's very conceivable that Aston Villa could pick up 18 points, particularly with 4 of those games being at home at Villa Park, which has become a fortress. I'm not going to count Aston Villa completely out of it. As far as Manchester City, let's take a look at, let me just tell you what their schedule is going to be. Obviously, an easy win yesterday against Wolves, coming off the back of last Saturday's embarrassing 2-0 loss in the Manchester Derby to Man United, and also an even more embarrassing loss in the Champions League 3-1 to Bodo Glimt, a team out of Norway. Let's take a look at their February schedule. They do have Tottenham on February the 1st. Tottenham, despite their faults, notoriously, they've been a very tough team for Man City to beat. On February the 4th in the Carling Cup, they'll play Newcastle. Okay, so here's what's up in the Premier League. February the 1st, they play Tottenham at Tottenham. Then they go to Anfield February the 8th to play Liverpool. And then they've got 3 home games after that. They've got Fulham. They've got 2 home games in the Premier League. Fulham and Newcastle United, 2 games that, quite frankly, Manchester City should win. They've also got, on Valentine's Day, they've got Salford in the FA Cup. I believe Salford is in League. I believe Salford, they play in League Two, so that should be an easy win for Man City. They probably will rest all of their major players. Salford should be no match for Manchester City as we near the end of the first half. As we near the start of the second half. My apologies. Again, thank you to everybody that's watching today on X. Lots of viewership on X. If you're watching me on YouTube, please let me know. Hit like, comment, subscribe, get in the chat. I am live on YouTube on the Operation Smooth podcast. Aston Villa giving Newcastle United their first home loss in the last 9 games at St. James's Park. So props to Aston Villa. St. James's Park in Newcastle. That's another very difficult place to go out and win. But Aston Villa got the job done under Unai Emery. And the second half should begin here in just a couple of minutes. Again, thank you to everybody that's watching today on the Operation Smooth podcast. For all my NFL football fans, today is the conference championships to determine who will go to the Super Bowl. In the AFC, the New England Patriots will visit the Denver Broncos. That will be the 2 p.m. Central Time game, as I'm in the Central Time zone. And the late game is going to be the Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. Since Bo Nix is hurt and won't play in the game for the Broncos against the Patriots, I'm going to go with the Patriots in the AFC title game. And in the NFC title game, I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold, the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, will get to the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold, the former quarterback of my New York Jets. Sam Darnold finding new life in Seattle after being also in San Francisco. Well, this basically Sam Darnold's 15. Started off with the Jets, then goes to Carolina, then goes to San Francisco, then goes to Minnesota last season. Minnesota ships him off, and this could be Sam Darnold's moment as the second half of this Manchester City versus Arsenal game is about to begin. Again, thank you to everybody watching me on X. Appreciate it. If you like what you're watching, hit that follow button, as I will continue to post more Barclays Premier League watch-along videos. And for those of you in the Central and East Coast, covered by snow, I'm covered in snow here in my house, but I am staying out of the cold as the second half begins between Arsenal and Manchester United. Arsenal, the home team, in the red uniforms, they will be attacking from right to left. Manchester United, the visiting team, now in the second half, they will be in the all black, and they are attacking from left to right. Martinez. Lemons clears it out. Bruno Fernandes. But that pass is met by Hincapié. That's off of Ahmed. That'll be a throw-in for Arsenal. Arsenal trying to extend their Premier League lead to 7 points ahead of Manchester City and Aston Villa. There's a look at Mikel Arteta. Bukayo Saka battling Luke Shaw. Saka wins that battle, but there's Dorgu. Dorgu intercepts Saka. Dorgu. Bruno Fernandes met by Zubamendi. Zubamendi, nice pass to Kobe Mainoo. Casemiro. Back to Kobe Mainoo. Bruno Fernandes. Kobe Mainoo basically hugging the left touchline right now. As United attack from left to right. Dorgu heavily pressed by Arsenal. That's off of Luke Shaw, and that'll be a throw-in for Arsenal. To everybody watching on YouTube, man, if you like what you're watching, get in the chat. Let me know what's on your mind as we watch this Arsenal-Man United battle. A very long history between these two teams, including that war of Old Trafford in the 03-04 season. That was match day 6, in which Ruud van Nistelrooy had a chance to win it for Arsenal, for Manchester United, with a penalty kick in the last minute of the game, but his penalty hit the crossbar. And what a wild game that was back then in 2003. And the Arsenal players, pretty much everybody in that Arsenal team screaming in Ruud van Nistelrooy's face after he missed that penalty. And like I stated earlier, Arsenal would go on to win the Premier League that year and finish undefeated and remembered forever as the Invincibles in that 2003-2004 season. Only the second team to finish undefeated in the top division of English soccer, the other team being Preston North End back in the very beginning of English soccer in the 1888-89 season. Back to live action. Harry Maguire. Ahmed. He's been battling Hincapié all afternoon. Hincapié sticking to him like glue. Back to Lisandro Martinez. Harry Maguire. So far in these first few minutes of the second half, it's been Manchester United with the possession. Hincapié. Kobe Mainoo and Bueno. Now Casemiro pushing forward. Martinez. Fernandes. But Gabriel is there. Good clearance. Now Man United having to regroup. Again, in these first 5 minutes of the second half, it's basically been all United. They've had all the possession, but no shot yet. Dorgu. And he scores! And I just said they had possession, but no score. But that just changed. What a goal by Dorgu. And it is 2-1. Manchester United. What a shot by Dorgu. Off the top of the crossbar, into the back of the net. Whew, what a shot. Yes, Ahmad bowing down to Dorgu, as he should, because that was a whale of a goal. Looks like VAR is going to take a look to make sure there was no offsides. Make sure there was no handball. Ooh, that's close. Zubamendi was asking for the handball. A beautiful left-footed shot. That hits the crossbar and goes in, but let's see what VAR says. This may not count. The ball did hit Patrick Dorgu's arm, so we'll see what VAR says. And it's going to count. So United lead 2-1. Patrick Dorgu, 3 goals and 2 assists in his last 7 matches. Bruno Fernandes down. Looks like he's got an ankle issue. And Arsenal, they're in trouble now. Unless they can score a goal here within the next 10 minutes, this might get ugly at Emirates Stadium. A an absolutely superbly taken left-footed shot by Dorgu. And if that result holds up, Manchester City and Aston Villa are going to get what they wanted. The lead will be down to 4. Now Dorgu again. And he tried for a second goal. But that shot was well over the bar. Patrick Dorgu listed as a defender, but he's playing in this matchup as an outside winger. Gabriel passes too long. Maguire. That pass was too long. David Raya there. Declan Rice. Rice has had a quiet game so far. Zubamendi. Julian Timber. Odegaard. Bukayo Saka met by Luke Shaw. Hincapié. Oh, he missed that. And now Arsenal regrouping. Declan Rice. Saka again on the touchline against Luke Shaw. Julian Timber cutting inside. Saliba back to Saka. Saka cutting inside against Luke Shaw. Saka with a shot that's blocked. but Arsenal regained possession. Saka now more towards the middle of the field. Oh, nice pass to Gabriel Jesus. Jesus. Oh, ooh, that was a forearm by Lisandro Martinez on Gabriel Jesus. That looked like a forearm to the back of the head. No, that looked like a looked like an inadvertent punch by Lisandro Martinez. Okay, we've got a substitution by Arsenal as a number 10. He's going to come on. Hasn't been getting a lot of playing time in the Premier League, although he did play in the Champions League match last week, which Arsenal dominated, beating Inter Milan 3-1 at Estadio San Siro in Italy. Inter Milan, last year's Champions League finalists. So an impressive road win by Arsenal. There's the corner. Oh, Gabriel Magallanes almost had the goal there. Cleared out by Man United. Declan Rice. Saka, nice move on Ahmad. But that's cleared out to Declan Rice. Now United maybe the chance for a counterattack. Lisandro Martinez. Declan Rice intercepts Bruno Fernandes. Gabriel. That hit off of Saka. And that looked like a foul against Arsenal. So it looks like we're going to have a triple substitution. Looks like Eze, Mikel Merino, and Ben White are coming on. Looks like Victor Gyökeres is coming on. So we're going to have a quadruple substitution for Arsenal. Mikel Arteta trying to pull out all the stops. Looks like Pierre Hincapié is coming off for Arsenal. Ben White is coming on in his place. Gabi Jesus is coming off. I'm sure it's going to be Victor Gyökeres coming on for him. The captain, Odegaard, he's coming off. He's going to be replaced by Mikel Merino and Zubimendi, who made the mistake to make it 1-1. He's coming on. He's coming off. And Eze comes on for Arsenal. As Mikel Arteta trying to pull out all the stops. In this matchup. So again, Ben White has come on for Pierre Hincapié. Eberechi Eze comes on for Gabriel Zubimendi. Mikel Merino comes on for Martin Odegaard, and Victor Gyökeres has come on for Gabriel Jesus, a quadruple substitution by Mikel Arteta to try to get back some of the momentum that has been lost in this matchup. Now Declan Rice. Saliba. Ben White. So Ben White is going to play at right back. So he's switching off with Jurriën Timber. Jurriën Timber is going to play at left back. But Jurriën Timber is pretty much in the midfield right now, cutting inside. as Declan Rice drops back to support the two central defenders. As we near the 60-minute point of this matchup, can Arsenal stage a comeback against Man United? Back to David Raya. Saliba to Ben White. Ben White to Saliba. Back to Raya. Gabriel. Now Eche hugging the left touchline as Arsenal attacks from right to left on the screen. There's Timber. Basically in the middle of the pitch, even though he's playing as left back. Oh, what a pass. But it's cleared by Lisandro Martinez, and that'll be a corner to Arsenal. A superb pass by Ben White. Another corner for Arsenal. Again, thank you to everybody on X for the massive viewership today. Corner. Cleared by United. Eze. To Saka. Saka getting by Mbueno and Bruno Fernandes, but that will be a throw-in. A throw-in for the Gunners. Looks like the throw is going to be taken by Ben White. Raquel Marino to Eze. That pass is intercepted by Casemiro. But Eze makes up for it. To Gabriel. To Julian Timber. To Ben White. Declan Rice. Eze. Saliba. To Saka. Saka met by Shaw and by Dorgu. The cross. Cross is caught by Lamels. But right now it's looking good for Manchester United, even though we've still got about 30 minutes left. Can they hold on? That's off of Ben White. That'll be a throw-in for Manchester United in the Arsenal half. Harry Maguire to Ahmad. Ahmad met by Trossard. Nice pass to Mainu. That's off of Odegaard. Throwing for Man United. A little over 30 minutes left. Bruno Fernandes. Stepped on by Declan Rice. And that's going to be a yellow card handed out to Declan Rice for that foul. I believe that's the first yellow card issued out to Arsenal this afternoon. So that'll be a free kick for Manchester United. If Manchester United gets a goal here, you can stick a fork in Arsenal right now. Fernandez with the free kick into the penalty area. But Davi Raya is there. He sends it long. Off of Dorgu. Throw in for Arsenal. To Saka. Saka met by Luke Shaw. A little bit of wrestling there by Luke Shaw. Saka to Declan Rice. That shot way over the bar and way left. That'll be a goal kick. For Man United. Tension building at Emirates Stadium. 20 minutes gone in the second half. That long kick goes back to David Raya. To Gabriel. Arsenal right now don't have the answers. Heavy pressure by Man United. Declan Rice to Saliba. William Saliba pushing forward. Ben White to Bukayo Saka. No foul called. Picked up by United. Bruno Fernandes to Casemiro. To Kobe Mainoo, but that's intercepted by Saka. All the way back to Declan Rice. Now Arsenal. I'm going to try to regroup to Eze. Julian Timber. To William Saliba. Arsenal concentrating their attack on the left side of United's defense, which is where Saka is. Good pass to Gyökeres. To Gyökeres. Mikel Merino. To Trossard. Trossard met by Diego Dalot. Cross. Cleared up by Mbueno. Saliba. Back to Gabriel. Declan Rice. Ben White. Saka. Clear foul by Luke Shaw. Free kick Arsenal. Back to Saka. Saka on the attack. Blows by Luke Shaw. Ben White. Oh, that pass was a little too strong. And that'll be a goal kick for Manchester United. And it is getting very tense at the Emirates Stadium right now. You can see the tension on the faces of the Arsenal fans. Yes, Nick, you are correct. Carrick might get manager of the year just by those two games, as there's a little confrontation between Mbueno and Gabriel, but looks like Mbueno is coming off. Yeah, Michael Carrick might get a statue outside of Old Trafford if Man United hang on. Cunha is coming on. A good effort, a good match by Mbueno. Martin Cunha coming on for Manchester United with his fresh legs. He'll be looking to score a goal and basically see this game out. There's Trossard. Gyökeres. Oh, bro, did you just see that? Lisandro Martinez basically had one of his hands around the neck of Gyökeres. That's some typical Argentinian behavior right there. That foul was clear as day. see what happens with this kick. And that is going to be off of Mikel Merino. And that'll be a goal kick for Manchester United. Can Manchester United hold on in these last 20 minutes? And pull off the upset against Arsenal? And return the favor to Arsenal. Arsenal beat Manchester United 1-0 at Old Trafford in the opening match of the season. And again, whoever thought you'd see the day, but obviously Manchester City rooting for Man United. Gyökeres gets it past Carrick. Saka Eze. Marina all off the deflection. It goes to Lamens. But Arsenal showing a little more fight here. Oh, Lissandro clearly pushed Eze inside the penalty box. But they're not gonna go to VAR for that one. Now, Fernandez. Menu. Excuse me, that's Ahmed. Bruno Fernandez. Cassim Fernandez. Now Kobe Menu. Met by Ben White. On the left touchline. Maguire. Casemiro. Uh-oh. Dorgu. Oh, good. Oh, Dorgu should have shot that. He tried to pass it to Ahmad, but Arsenal's defense was ready. That could have been 3-1. That would have been ball game. Manchester United, they're looking to kill this game off. Nice defending by Saka. Manchester United knocking on the door to kill this game off. But Arsenal's defense held firm. That was a big opportunity there by Cunha. There's Harry Maguire pushing forward. Cross cleared by Arsenal. Trossard. Lisandro Martinez. Kobe Mainu. I have a feeling there's going to be another goal in this game. I just don't know which side. 18 minutes left. Lisandro Martinez, long pass, but too long. Met by Saka. Met by Raya. Now, Arsenal trying to counter. Declan Rice to Eze. Met by Ahmad. Eze. Saliba. Mikel Merino. Eze. Now Julian Timber. To Trossard, who's been battling Dalot all game long. Cross. Caught by Hamels. Lamens, excuse me. It's a long kick. Saliba. But now United with possession. Kobe Mainu. Bruno Fernandez. That's a foul by Bruno Fernandez. Now Bruno Fernandez and Declan Rice they're having a funny, friendly conversation there. No hard feelings. There's a look at two of Arsenal's greatest players, Thierry Henry and Ian Wright. Arsenal could use either one of them right now. Saliba. Probably the two greatest goal scorers in Arsenal's history, particularly Thierry Henry. What a legend. Now United, Cunha. That's off of him. Throwing for Arsenal. Nope. It'll be a throw in for Manchester United. And now Mikel Arteta, they're grabbing Noni Madueke by the hand. They're giving him instructions. So Noni Madueke comes on for Leandro Trossard. Leandro Trossard, not a big factor in this game, quite honestly. But now Arsenal out of substitutions. And now all Mikel Arteta can do is hope. Kobe Mainu. Okay, that's off of Luke Shaw. Throw in for Arsenal. 15 minutes left. Can Arsenal get the game-tying goal? Marino. Gyökeres. Nice pass to Saka, to Madueke, excuse me. That's cleared up by Harry Maguire, and that'll be a throw-in for Arsenal. The crowd at the Emirates trying to get their home team going. Marino to Declan Rice. Back to Ben White. Ben White to Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus. Now to Saka. Saka's on the left side now. Gabriel. Saka. Eze. Eze. Oh, what a pass to Timber. Oh, cleared by United. Madueke to Saliba. Madueke cuts inside. Madueke. Oh, that pass was too strong for Ben White. And now the clock starts to tick for Arsenal. And I'm sitting here watching this game in the central part of the United States. What the time difference is about 6 hours from where I live to London, England, and I can feel the tension at Emirates Stadium right now. If this result holds, Manchester City and Aston Villa will be chomping at the bit. I did state the schedule for both Man City and Aston Villa for February. Aston Villa, on paper, has the much easier schedule. Man City will face Tottenham and Liverpool in their next two league games. Oh, there's some physical contact there, but nothing called. Dorgu down. It looks like he's got a hamstring injury. As he battled Ben White, but that was a foul by Dorgu. So there's a member of the Man United medical staff looking at Patrick Dorgu, who scored the goal that gave United the lead. A sensational left-footed shot. And again, things looking very tense for Arsenal right now. What a goal. And it looks like Patrick Dorgu is gonna come off. I don't know if that's gonna be just temporarily or if he's gonna get substituted due to looks like a hamstring injury. And Michael Carrick out here beating Manchester City and now might beat Arsenal. Okay, looks like right now United down to 10 men temporarily. Saka, the cross, header. Oh, just over the bar. That looks like it's going to be a goal kick for Manchester United. It looks like it was off of Man United, but it's a goal kick. Probably should have been a corner. All right, looks like Sesko is coming on for Dorgu. Benjamin Sesko, number 13, coming on. Saka, Declan Rice. Oh, that pass was off the face of Sesko into the penalty area. Raya, Declan Rice, Ben White, Noni Madueke. That's off of Luke Shaw. That's a corner for Arsenal. The attempted pass by Bruno Fernandes hit Sesko right in the face. And you can see Benjamin Sesko seeing stars right now, but looks like he's informing the referee that he'll be able to continue. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. As United prepare to defend the penalty box. Madueke takes the corner. Cleared by Lamels. Saka. Saliba. Saka with a low shot. Oh, off of Lamels. Good save. That'll be a corner. That almost snuck in. Bukayo Saka. Good shot. Oh, good save by Lamels. That was going to tuck into the back of the net. Into that, from that near corner. Another corner for Arsenal. And it's tied. That ball clearly went. Yep, that's a goal for Arsenal by Mikel Merino. Off the deflection, clearly the ball went back across the line, and it is 2-2. It was clear as day. The ball clearly crossed the line, and with 7 minutes left, could we see a game winner? Good corner. Lammens fails to clear it. Mikel Merino. Johnny on the spot. The ball clearly crossed the line before it was cleared by Benjamin Sesko. There you see a real good look. The ball 100,000% across the line. And Arsenal might get a point out of this after all. As we resume proceedings, 5 minutes left in this match plus stoppage time. David Raya is there. Now it's Arsenal with the momentum. Can they complete the comeback? Declan Rice dropping in between the two center backs. The two center backs way out wide. Gabriel back to David Raya. David Raya to Saliba. Saliba, plenty of space pushing forward. Saliba keeps pushing forward to Madueke. Now Madueke with his blazing speed. Oh, too much sauce there. And that'll be a goal kick for Man United. Could we have a fantastic finish here? And now the Arsenal fans at Emirates Stadium, they are fired up. Can Arsenal get the 3 points and go 7 points clear of Man City and Aston Villa? Or does Manchester United have one last surprise left? Manchester United with the ball. Cunha. Oh, what a goal! By Martin Cunha. Right back at your Arsenal. Woo! That one was spectacular. You go ahead and do that dance, bro. Woo! What a rocket. Woo! Man. That was lit. Wow, what a response. What a response by Man United. What a goal by Cunha. A little too much space. Wow, what a beautiful right-footed shot. I gotta admit, that was beautiful. That was clean, clean, clean. All started out with Bruno Fernandes to Kobe Mainoo. And Cunha had a lot of space. What a shot. What a shot. And what a time to deliver. Whew. Nothing David Raya could do there. Now, what do Arsenal have left in the tank? Declan Rice. Back to Marino. As we're near the end of this game, what a game that we are having. Michael Carrick might get that statue at Old Trafford after all, huh? Also, we got to see how much stoppage time is going to be left. I anticipate about 4 minutes of stoppage time. Timber. Marino back to Timber. Timber to Gabriel. Gabriel all the way out to William Saliba. Things are getting desperate for Arsenal as a double team, but he gets out to Timber. Arsenal pushing forward. as a spin move. Had ideas. Oh, Ben White, wake up, Ben. But there's Marino, Gyökeres, Eze, Saka, Timber. That backheel pass is going to be off of Manchester United, and that'll be a corner. For Arsenal. Okay, I didn't know Mazarawi had come in. Come on. I don't know who he I'm guessing he came on for Dalla. And we're gonna have, how about that, 7 minutes of stoppage time. Oh, that's a clear foul by Eze in the penalty area on Cunha. Okay, so who did Mazarawi? Who did Mazarawi come on for? Okay, there's Raya. Arsenal. Do they have one last chance here? Declan Rice. There's a foul by Mikel Marino on Cunha. Okay, so Mazarawi went on in the 88th minute for Ahmed. All right, Arsenal, they've got 5 minutes left to try to tie this up. Raya, Saliba, Declan Rice. Eze, Saliba, Madueke, Eze cutting inside. Gabriel pushing forward. Declan Rice. Marino. Declan Rice. Back to Gabriel. Saliba. Ben White. Cross is blocked by Luke Shaw. That'll be a throw in. Saliba. Uh-oh, bad pass. Fernandez, he tried a spectacular shot, which was awful. Raya. Will that cost United? Saliba. Declan Rice. Ben White. Madueke. Throw in. Ben White. Marino. That's cleared by Harry Maguire. Arsenal less than 3 minutes left to pull this one out, to at least get a point out of it. And the pressure is going to build if Man United hold on for the win as a Julian Timber to Saka. Saka's not going anywhere. Met by Dalla. Julian Timber. Uh-oh. Oh. Lamens is there. Taken out of the path of Gyökeres. About 2 minutes left of stoppage time. David Raya. Gyökeres. Now Cunha against Marino. Cunha continues to push forward. Cunha. No foul called. Marino. Madueke. Luke Shaw tried to foul him. Ben White to Saka. Oh, what a clearance. Cross. Collision of heads. And that'll be a foul by Gabriel. Looks like that's a foul on Benjamin Sesko. And it is not. Looks like it's about to be over for Arsenal. Good slide by Lisandro Martinez. That was Diego Dalot that got the worst of that encounter with Gabriel. There might be just a little bit more stoppage time. But, oh my goodness, what a performance by Manchester United. As we are about to end this broadcast, thank you to everybody that watched on X. Look at Ian Wright. Oh, man, he's hating it right now. As the last few seconds matriculate. Declan Rice. Cleared out. Seven minutes of stoppage time are done. Oh, wait, Gyökeres! He missed! Actually, that's off of, I think they're going to call offsides on that. Or they're going to call a foul on Gyökeres. Oh, yeah, that was a clear foul on Lisandro Martinez. Gyökeres missed anyway. But that would have been an incredible ending. And that might do it. So this might be the last kick of the match by Lemons. And that's it. What a win by Manchester United. Michael Carrick, since taking over, he's beaten Manchester City and Arsenal in back-to-back games. Give this man a statue. Move over Sir Alex Ferguson. Now, Manchester United, 12 points off of Arsenal, so they're not going to catch Arsenal. But 23 games played. Arsenal still lead the league with 50 points. But with that loss at home, might I add, Manchester City and Aston Villa are only 4 points back at 46 points. Oh, boy. Oh, brutal loss for the Gunners. All right, before I get out of here, let's give one last look at the Premier League table, and with that, I will end this today's podcast. Everyone has played 23 games. Arsenal still sit atop of the table with 50 points, but with that loss, both Manchester City and Aston Villa tied for second and third with 46 points. Manchester City in second based on the large goal difference, plus 26. Manchester United, how about that? They move up to fourth. Whoever would have thought? Manchester City, after firing Ruben Amorim, Manchester City under Michael Carrick, 2 straight wins. Again, like I said, over Manchester City and Arsenal. Hey, they may not win anything this year, but it looks like Manchester United, they might have a future here. Manchester United might be back sooner than what people think. Chelsea in fifth with 37 points. Liverpool, with that devastating loss that they had to Bournemouth, they sit in sixth. You see Fulham in seventh, Brentford, Newcastle, and Sunderland all at 33 points. And then the bottom 10. You've got Everton, Brighton, Bournemouth, who lost to Nottingham Forest yesterday, Tottenham, who tied 2-2 to Burnley, Crystal Palace, who lost to Chelsea. You've got Leeds. I think Leeds and Everton have yet to play. Nottingham Forest still 5 points clear off the relegation zone. The bottom 3, West Ham, who have won 2 in a row, so there's no guarantee that West Ham, it looked like they were going to get relegated for sure, but with 2 back-to-back wins, you never know with West Ham. They may be picking things up under manager Nuno Espirito Santo, so West Ham sitting at 18th, Burnley at 19th, and Wolves with only 8 points. They're going to get relegated, but what a shakeup at the top of the leaderboard. Manchester City and Aston Villa. They've got new life with Manchester United beating Arsenal. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you to everybody that watched on X and everybody that watched on YouTube. If you like what you're seeing on my YouTube channel, Operation Smooth Podcast, like, comment, subscribe. I talk about a lot about this team, the New York Jets, a team that's going nowhere. It's not looking good for Aaron Glenn, but we'll see. And thank you again to everybody that watched on X. Again, the final score, what a win for Manchester United. 3-2 at the Emirates at Arsenal. Big shakeup in the Premier League standings. Again, thank you to everybody that watched today, and I'm out.